Disclaimer.
History is not safe for work, and neither is HistoricHole.
This podcast is uncensored and contains explicit language.
Welcome to Historic Hole. My name is David, and as always, I am joined by Jason and Michael.
Hi.
I'm Michael. And we here at HistoricHole, we take a funny look at history. Sometimes people, sometimes events, sometimes things, sometimes, as Jason pointed out one time, geological events which have no people involved.
Yeah. We saw
So today-
Mount Seeves. Mount
Good God. Start that
Vesuvius.
over. Start
Coming
back
soon.
up. No. That was... You can't go...
Mount
Yeah, Jason is the
Vesuvius.
worst about, do some vocal exercises before we start.
You should save
He's
that.
fine once he
but
gets
let's start
going.
it over. Oh, exactly.
No, we're not starting it over. Push through.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Push through.
no.
Just like Mount Vesuvius pushed through the Earth's crust. So I assume we're doing Pompeii?
No, we're doing a person. Nikola Tesla.
Nothing to do with Pompeii
No.
or Mount Vesuvius.
The geological
You're gonna tell
trilogy
me,
will
you
come
gotta tell
soon.
yourself.
Yeah.
The geological trilogy.
God. It's like Volcano, Dante's Peak, and we're making the third one.
Geostorm.
Oh, well.
No.
That's everything.
No.
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 Volcano-centric.
No. Nikola Tesla was born July 10th, 1856.
Nicknamed the Volcano.
Played running back for his local. Actually, he'd be more wide receiver. He was kind of told.
He was explosive. Like,
Yeah,
he was
he was
terrible
like
half
a
the
guy.
time, but his plays, one play a game. Volcanic.
He was born in a village called Smiljan. I am pronouncing that terribly. In the Austrian Empire, which would be modern day Croatia.
Croatia.
Croatia. Croatia.
Croatia.
Croatia, yeah.
Croatia. Good God.
Croatia. In case you're
No,
wondering.
Jason's a caveman. It's okay.
Yeah, no.
Leave him be.
Neanderthal brain.
I'll defend him till his dying day.
His father
He's dumb.
His father was
He
Milutin
doesn't understand.
Tesla.
Sure.
And he was a Eastern Orthodox priest and taught children primary school, things of that nature.
He taught children.
Yeah, in primary school. His mother was very good at...
I thought you were coming with her name.
Yeah. I was like,
no, I'm not going to butcher that.
suspense.
Oh, that's terrible.
His mother.
Duca,
Mother Tesla.
Duca Mandic. Yeah.
Duca Mandic.
Duke of Mandic Tesla.
Yeah.
It's like my Duke is on fire.
Whose father was actually an Orthodox priest, and I wonder if that's how they met.
Oh, somehow all these religious stuff happening.
Anywho, she had a talent for making home craft tools and fucking around with appliances and remembering perfect memory of Serbian folk tales to tell their children.
I can't remember shit.
Steel trap.
Other. Yeah.
And Tesla actually attributes her to his ability to his own photographic memory later in his autobiography.
It was my mom.
Did he talk to Freud about this?
No, I think he was in America.
He just
at that
fucked
time.
him. The electricity.
Over pillow talk. You got some psychoanalysis.
I'm trying to think of some things. Oh, I am too.
He had,
some psychoanalysis.
he had an,
Shoot us all. Hopefully that drone bomb comes down.
he had an older brother named Dane and three sisters,
I'm Dane Tesla.
Milka, Angelina, and Marika. Except for when he was 5 years old, he watched his brother get trampled by a horse.
Was it like a Lion King situation where he was like trying to hold him? If only you had electricity.
It was a horse. He was a
The electricity.
Oh,
eats
that's
the
why he
grass.
invented electricity to outlaw horses, make horses obsolete.
He was just sitting there with horseshoes, like just clipping them together. We know what the rest.
Oh, trying to make
He's sharpening a horseshoe.
He
was actually a horse murderer.
In 1861, Tesla attended primary school in his home village, where he studied German, arithmetic, and religion. In 1862,
Three most important things.
the Tesla family moved to Gospic.
It was a lightning bolt, and I was like, another one happened, and they were there. They moved.
Through space and time.
It's like, whoa, that was weird. Don't worry about that, Nikolai. You will learn to harness it one day.
Nikola.
Oh, God forbid I mispronounce one thing.
How dare you?
After
uncultured
the
swine.
avalanche of mispronunciations that have coming from Jason.
How
Oh my
dare
God, it's like the alphabet, but it's something worse and more. It's like the thing.
Once they got to the new town, his dad took up a parish and started preaching the good word again.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And little Nikola went to grade school, did fine.
Fine.
Little weird, not very sociable kid. But
He's not like the one that you have to make friends with in case he kills everybody, but he's like just the weird kid.
but
He was like the kid you cheated off of.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
He was stupid and like was writing
No,
electricity. Everyone could see it.
well, possibly. Quite smart kid.
Really?
Graduated and in 1870 moved to Karlovac, where he attended high school at the Higher Real Gymnasium.
That was his high school quote. I'm quite smart.
Yeah, possibly.
And I'm going to go to this gymnasium full of electricity.
Yeah,
Yeah, possibly.
it was there. What really struck his interest were the professors talking about electricity. He loved it. He was very intrigued with the mystery of it all. But like I said,
There's this thing we think exists, and sometimes, boom, whoa! I need to figure that out.
Yeah, his professors are like, well, this is basically magic.
It's like sometimes it comes from the sky. We don't fucking understand.
Being a man of science, I'm going to go
Yeah,
say
literally.
magic.
It's like, oh yeah, electricity. I'm like, did they know what it was? They're just like, sometimes bang, bang, zoom, zoom. Let me write that down.
he had the photographic memory, as I brought up before, and he was just crazy, wicked smart with all the calculus and stuff, and very good at math that my Neanderthal brain cannot even begin to comprehend.
It's like Harry Potter. Got down to Hogwarts. Like, how did you get here? And it's like, oh my God! He's harnessed the power of the gods.
To the point where his teachers thought he was cheating on everything, but he passed with flying colors.
Why is there always a thunderstorm on test days?
And finished a 4-year term in 3 years, and he graduated in 1873.
Well, so when
off.
you can control the weather, you can make time dilate. Yeah. 3.
What a show off, man. Just makes everyone else look bad.
Yeah, like when he graduated, like, his robe was like, everyone's just like, cool. You weren't even like valedictorian. Like, come on.
I really feel like his classmates should have instituted the crab pot mentality a
Should
little
have
bit
poured water
harder.
on him. I'm just kidding.
Just like pulled him down and been like, no, you have to be shitty like the rest of us.
Oh, he gets there. But
We all get there eventually.
when he gets back to his hometown after he graduates, he comes down with
Lightning fever.
cholera.
Oh. I'm not as good again.
Hilarious. Oh my god.
And he's bedridden
Loving the time of.
and on death's doorstep for about 9 months. And his father,
Hello, Death.
Death is just
You can't
there.
come in yet.
well, his father, being a religious man, prayed that
Well, this is what we do.
that if little Nikola recovered, he would send him to the best engineering school, and then lo and behold, he got better.
How am I going to afford this? Damn you, God! I was praying. You knew when I was actually praying that I couldn't afford this.
I kind of feel like this was a ruse.
Right?
Nikola was like, how do I get what I want? Oh, I'm dying.
Yeah, which god are you praying to? Zeus?
Like
You know?
paying off the doctors, like, say I have cholera. Just tell him. And so his dad was like, oh my God.
I love you in the time of cholera.
And so, yeah, and his dad eventually was just like, did that, was just like, and is probably putting it in his ear too. It's just like, Dad, if I survive this, I would love to go to the best engineering school.
And I would love to invent electricity.
So Michael's going to make he invented electricity joke for the next
Jason is saying
25
rewind the
minutes
tape.
of the episode.
I didn't say you invented electricity.
You said all sorts of things. You don't understand what you're saying. You're near into the hole.
Rest assured, Michael will beat this horse dead.
Anywho, he in
The electric
1875.
horse.
In 1875, Tesla enrolled in the Imperial Royal Technical College in Grasse. And during his first year, he never missed a class. He aced all of his exams, never missed a lecture. Highest grades possible, passed 9 exams when the minimum was 2. You didn't have to do that much. Overachiever.
He got a 4.
Try hard.
What kind of shitty standards they got at the school? I mean, that name sounds prestigious.
Yeah,
It's the
right?
Imperial Royal.
Yes, the Imperial Royal Technical College.
There we go.
You know how to say
Imperial Royal.
Imperial.
Imperial Royal.
So, good for him.
Well, yeah, great. Great
Well,
for
see,
him.
back in the, it's okay. You know what? You want to know why it's so easy to be an overachiever back in the day? They had nothing.
Everyone was
to
stupid. Yeah, they didn't know
nothing
anything.
to do. There was
They're like,
literally
"Can-"
nothing to do but study and read books. Like, there's no TV.
Yeah.
There's no iPads. There's no fucking anything
Basically,
to distract
everyone was
you
an English major,
and
right?
scramble your goddamn brain
And he-
so that you can't think straight for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of
And he-
punching, a lot of drinking of the wine or
And
whatever
he,
they had.
and he worked from 3 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
So he worked a job.
No, he just studied.
Oh, studying. Okay. I was like,
and then,
how did he do anything?
started trying inventions and shit and,
Yeah. Working.
working.
When you're an engineer, shit, just blowing something up is working when you're an engineer.
Yeah. The second year in college didn't go so well because he found gambling. He started playing some cards.
Well, we all know what that is.
Wasn't going down to the horse tracks, though.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Abstaining from the horses. We all know why.
Yeah, they'll cut him off when he just kept betting on the dead horse, and then he brought it back to life like Frankenstein.
It's like those fucking horses that killed my brother. He still had the grudge, man. He still had the bad blood.
Every time he dreams, he just sees the horse bug out.
The galloping. He
Watch out, there's a horse behind you.
He wakes up in a cold sweat. No.
The clopping of the hooves.
Gets electrocuted. I can't swim.
He immediately leans over and starts studying and working again. He's like, I have to get there. We will bake the electric car.
His alarm is just a lightning strike every day. Sunny weather.
Yeah.
Need to make you.
And only he hears the lightning strike too.
He played
It strikes a dude. He's like, oh, I'm completely fine.
played blackjack.
I guess thunder. You don't hear lightning. You hear thunder. Christ, man.
Thunder! No, wait.
Right.
And thus ACDC was born. Thank you, Nikola.
He played blackjack and poker.
An electric guitar. No, I'm just kidding.
Singer-songwriter.
But wasn't too good at it because he lost all of his tuition money. And then
Don't we all?
gambled away his allowance. But he did and started taking out loans.
$5,000 of allowance. Shit.
So then he's taking out loans in addition to...
Yeah, taking out loans from
wow.
family members.
This will all be electric one day, don't worry.
Bitcoin. But manages to crawl back to break even and pay everyone back.
So it was like rounders.
Yeah. Except for he didn't go to Vegas at the end.
He went to heaven, or he went to Mount Olympus to harness the power of electricity.
Relax.
But, he's still in school, right? And when examination time came
You've
around,
been in
he's like,
school for a long time.
I've been kind of busy. Can I get a little extension on this? And they were like, no. All of his grades didn't get graded on anything because he was too busy gambling.
There were no grades.
This is gambling, man.
So he never finished college. And he was so ashamed.
What an idiot.
Invented electricity, my ass. But he was so ashamed, he left without telling anyone to a town called Maribor. To the point where it
Seems appropriate for me.
didn't tell anyone, and his friends thought he like drowned in the Mirror River, which was nearby.
Logical conclusion.
Yeah, it's like, well, we haven't heard from him.
It's like we haven't heard from him. He must be dead.
He must have drowned in the Marble River.
That's what had happened, and we're sticking to it.
He was always talking about lightning and whatever we call it.
His dad finds out where he is and goes to talk to him, and is like, "Hey, just come
My
back."
dad will always know. He's like, where's my son? He asks the clock, where's my son? Lightning strikes. You follow the lightning. Tesla senior.
And begs him to come back. Nikola refuses. So dad goes back home.
He's like floating in the lightning bolt. It's like, see the power I have. Why would I return to your human being status?
Has a nervous breakdown.
My brain doesn't work because I got struck by lightning.
And then he actually got escorted back to his hometown where his parents lived because he didn't have proof of residence. He was just bumming around. What's the term for?
I like how landlords were still assholes back then. Like, well, it didn't say you live here. It's like, oh, he lives here. It's like, well, I don't got signed with pen and quill. We have no electricity. What is that word?
Where's your parchment?
Oh,
Where's your parchment, bitch? That's the way the British used to be throughout history. Where's your parchment? We own this place. Well, it's our country. Where's your parchment?
so he's back in March of 1879 under house arrest because not house arrest, but he's back home in his house with his family.
Whose house arrested his brain?
Yeah. The next month, though, his dad has a stroke.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Due to him, like, using the lightning powers.
Oh, it's electricity again, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
His father always wanted him to be a priest also. So after Malutin passed, he started teaching at the parish for him.
Yeah.
Until the end of the year when his two uncles pulled together enough money to send him off to school again.
My two uncles on CBS.
And he goes to Prague, where he's going to study at the Charles Ferdinand University, except for he arrives too late to enroll. So,
Excuse me. Sorry, hope you're not trying to enroll right now. The deadline is now. Lightning strikes.
Except for some of the required courses he didn't know, like knowing Greek and Czech. Like he didn't know those languages, so really this was a terribly thought out plan for him to attend this university.
Well, it was
Gotta have
after
that blue
deadline,
check.
so that's good, right?
Yeah.
He didn't get
He didn't have to spend his money, but he did just attend the lectures, like free knowledge.
What do you call that? Auditing?
Yeah, exactly. He was as an auditor, and just
Free knowledge, also known as auditing.
and he just
Not what the Scientologists do.
yeah, and he just audited, the science classes, learned more about electricity, because that piqued his interest.
I would hope.
Anybody else
he just
know anything
didn't
about this?
It really wasn't just a revenge against the horses story.
All the Pretty Horses is the sequel. Revenge Against All the Horses.
It's like a book by Cormac McCarthy. I don't think it's related to Tesla in any way.
You know what? He seemed like Cormac McCarthy seems like a smart man. He probably was there. He seems old as shit. He's like 500 years old.
In 1882,
All the pretty Teslas.
he moved to Paris after having a job in Budapest working at a telephone company. The owner of that company sent him to Paris to start working at the Continental Edison workshop.
Like where John Wick and all the assassins work.
No, that was a hotel. This is a workshop
Oh.
where they're
How the Continentals.
Engineers go here.
yeah.
Not assassins.
Yeah. There's a hotel for every sort of
Profession, yeah.
yeah, exactly, in life.
And
This is just the boring one. No one wants to watch the movie about the engineers all making.
They still have coins and shit, but no one's getting shot.
Like, look at them writing equations.
And what they're doing is setting up the electrical grid in Paris. They're installing incandescent lighting in the houses. And
What you installing up there? It's light.
arc lights along the street lights.
You're a
For
ding.
street lamps, yeah.
Street light. All of the lights. No. And thus Kanye was born.
And it was while working at this company, he gained a lot of practical knowledge about engineering, the electrical engineering. And
This is how things actually work. It's like, so my dreams of just lightning coming down. Oh, you actually can somehow have things that are conduits for it. Makes sense.
and management took
You always need a dream. Dreamer.
Took
Steve
notice.
Jobs.
yeah, management took notice of this kid.
You
and
do this.
started sending him out to other factories to work on their
Little Teslas. Into the factory you go to hardwire all the things that we need.
oh
Copper.
generators. That's the word I'm fucking trying to think of.
God.
Yeah, to revamp all the generators and just go over the generators. And
The point is,
generator. He's pretty
We're
good.
trying to generate.
He's pretty good with generators.
noted.
Electricity is typically generated from some sort of. If only we had a generator.
By 1884, their job had been pretty much completed. Paris had electricity, so the head manager, Charles Batchelor, I think
No
his name was,
armpits will ever shaved again.
went back to New York and requested that Nikola Tesla come with him to the main Edison workshop in New York City.
It's like you lit up Paris. You want to lit up all this bullshit? Biggest city in America.
Yeah, and he only works there for about 6 months, though. When he gets there, it's a tight space. It's overcrowded. Several hundred machinists, laborers, managing staff, and field engineers trying to just set up the power grid for New York.
Big old monkey crawling up the Empire State Building. It was a mess at the time.
But after 6 months, he was sort of overworked. Edison, they had met a couple times, but he was a little...
Thomas Edison. I guess we should be like, you can't just say Edison.
well, everyone knows.
Oh,
who
by
it
the
is.
way, it's like, here I'm going over the stuff on Tesla. Here we come over here. It's like, Thomas Edison, I stole all your shit, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe.
We don't get into Edison, though. We're all about Tesla today. And so
Thank you, Elon.
he's sort of bitter about getting screwed over on a $50,000 bonus from Edison.
Which is like, what, $500,000 at the time,
yeah,
to
I
be
think
fair.
it would have been like a
if
couple,
not more.
216,000 or something like that. I don't know.
To be fair to Edison, he's a piece of shit.
And guess what? When you're a piece of shit, you get in the history books and you get shit done.
Yeah. So he sort of goes off. He was redesigning a generator.
Go and make this look less like
was-
Tesla.
Generator. Whoa.
Yeah, he was working on the alternate current motor.
AC.
Yeah, while
Alternating current.
working under Edison, who mainly dealt with direct current.
DC.
Yeah.
And these are my impressions.
So he wanted to sort of keep working on that. And
Maybe we can figure more things out.
in 1885, he met with patent attorney Lemuel Serrell, and they sort of got together with Robert Lane and Benjamin Vail and created the Tesla Electric Light and Manufacturing Company.
Pink.
And they were just trying to basically do what Edison was doing in setting up power grids.
Yep.
Just using sort of Tesla's spin on it.
Wouldn't that be a cool thing, having competition with who's making power nowadays? Would help us out.
And then they actually set up a grid in New Jersey.
Hey! Why it's so bright now?
But they were still using direct current.
My wife Snooky the Fifth, you know? She can't handle all this light.
But they were still using...
Tone.
Still using direct current in that power system. And Tesla was like, no, we got to use the alternate current. It'll be better. It'll transmit farther.
You got to flip that one switch that we've never flipped, that we have the thing on that we says don't flip.
But the businessmen were just like, we're already making money. So they just sort of sidestepped him, created their own utility company. And basically, Nikola was left penniless because he had put all of his patents into the company for stock.
Fool.
So now he has to
Kill.
he has various electrical repair jobs to make by, and then he was also doing grave digging for $2 a day to get by, skate by.
It's easy to grave dig when you have like this electricity thing, which goes poof, and the body shoots up out of it.
Which I'm sure is what he wanted for himself.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't we all?
He actually, in his autobiography,
Hey, at least we're talking about it.
I don't know, man. Grave digging seems to really suit him. Like, just if you ever seen a picture of him, like that guy looks like a grave digger.
I mean, he looks like a guy who's named Nikola Tesla.
Well, it was in 1886 he met Alfred S. Brown, who worked for Western Union.
He was his Alfred.
And they partner with Charles Fletcher Peck. And what they wanted to do the exact same thing, but they didn't want to screw him over because they saw him as cash cow.
Ooh.
a golden goose, a cash cow, an animal-related money analogy.
A silver giraffe.
Correct. So they set up
A bronze walrus.
just
Prize pig. So you're coming up with bullshit ones. I'm actually
No,
coming
I'm
up with real
going down
ones.
the list because the
There's
ones
no
you're saying
list.
are
You're-
real.
You're full of shit. Jason, continue.
and they set up the Tesla Electric Company. And then they gave him a laboratory in New York and just let him do his thing.
Laboratory.
A laboratory.
A laboratoire. There's another Mitchell and Webb. Shit, man. Keep fucking pulling the Mitchell and Webb references out. I'm sorry, folks. It's not original.
Yeah. A laboratoire. And they sort of just let him run wild. And so he started working on
You don't understand anything.
developing new types of electric motors, generators, and other devices. And in 1887, he developed an induction motor that ran on electric current.
And dreams.
Now, what Charles
And gumption.
And gum. And rubber bands.
what Charles Peck and Alfred Brown really were big on was publicizing what he was inventing. So they got him into this technical show where he showed off his motor. And at that show, there were representatives for
Motor show.
the Westinghouse Electric and Manufacturing Company. And that's when Tesla and George Westinghouse team up against Team DC.
They made love in the alley.
And
There was electricity.
They don't tell you that part.
There's a lot of stuff. See, we hear historical. We try to like go to the part of the book that's stuck together.
When they met, sparks flew.
The whole entire city was immediately powered by electricity from their love and passion.
And George saw this as a unique opportunity because he was already marketing
How can I make money off my love making?
an AC running motor anyway. His development was a little shady. So it was like, well, he's already working on it. I'm already promoting it. So it'll be a good team up. So they agree to a deal where Tesla would go work with him in Pittsburgh for a year. And he would pay royalties on any AC motors that they developed. And now this is when Nikola Tesla gets involved in the current wars over who's going to run the town, DC or AC. And we'll continue in the next episode.
The current wars.
They're current and they're current.
And they're,
Yup.
and they're
Yup.
current.
Yup. Some say that Star Wars is based off Edison versus Tesla at the current wars.
All right, let's get to the chill stuff.
No, let's not. Just cancel.
Chill.
Give us 5 stars on iTunes.
Don't give David 5 stars.
We're worth it, but we're not. So cancel us.
Chill. Watch the video. It's a video.
If you're listening but you like watching, you can also find us on YouTube.
Ultimate Shills McPower.
Follow us on the social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter. We post full episodes with video on IGTV as well. Word of mouth is the best advertising that we can get.
Mouthhole.
So if you like this, then tell people about it. That's
Thumbs
the best
up.
way to support us.
Tell people about everything because everyone complains about everything nowadays. Complain about us in a good way.
Please.
You can email us at HistoricHole@gmail.com.
Email.
Or don't. Please don't. I don't want to read anything from you.
Oh, yeah.
And so usually every week we end up with some stupid bullshit that's happening every week because there's some bullshit happening every week. So I usually just make some reference to it. And
Welcome to the world.
all I'm really going to say this week, to be honest with you, is just maybe we should all just wait for the facts.
If you want.
Life is full of holes. Enter wisely.
See you next time.
Facts are for hookers and fat people.